videos have been slow. I've been trying my hardest to get them out as quickly as I can, but finding the time to even film them right now when we're in like the peak season for color guard and stuff like that to get outside and practice before the cold kicks you out and then you can't practice outside anymore. So we're trying. But yeah, in today's video, no, it is not the sketchbook cover video. That one is on the burner, currently cooking. I have a game plan, and it's gonna hopefully come out at the end of this month, because I've never done this before, but I can't find the perfect reference. So I'm taking my own photography for the sketchbook cover for reference. So if that tells you how kind of dedicated I am, I'm gonna try to take the photography today. But I have something that I had to make for it, and I don't know if I want to do all that. So we'll see. But in today's video, we are going to be going over goal setting. New Year improved me. Not New Year, New Year improved me. I'm gonna take you with me how I kind of make goals, set goals, what some of my goals are. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my laptop to get set up, first things first, what I'm wearing right now, I got it for my birthday. It's a hoodie blanket. It's like soft blanket material, but it's a hoodie. But it's also a dress, because this is like the floor length version, and it has like the kangaroo pocket, but it's split down the center, so it's 2 kangaroo pockets. It was gotten off the TikTok shop from somebody else for my birthday, and I've had to like stop myself from just coming home after work and putting this on, because when I put this on, it's all cozy, so then I get sleepy. So then I just kind of want to lay in bed and just do nothing but watch shows and watch movies and YouTube all day. And I have things to get done. That's also why not to call myself out, but that's also why the last video didn't come out until Halloween, because I could have been editing. But yeah, okay. So the first, now that we've loaded, so this kind of corresponds with my, with the video that I made about like the Pinterest boards. So if you want more like in depth of like the Pinterest stuff, I made a video about that like a few months ago. So go into that. But for goal setting, so currently right now we are in a period of what's called, for at least most of us that know what it's called winter arc, which spans from beginning of October to the end of December, which is essentially like a workout period for most of us athletes and people who are kind of like that. Also the gays really know about a good winter arc. But it's essentially just a long period where you like work on essentially bettering yourself and it's where you're really like focused on like working out, eating better, and it's like getting yourself prepped and ready for like the new year, new me. But I don't do new year, new me. I do new year, improved me or better me, because it's not a completely new me, because I'm still doing everything the same. I'm still wearing the same clothes, and it's still the same person. But yeah, so since we're in winter arc, I figured that it would be a good time to do some goal setting. So I did. I planned it out. This was originally what I did my bullet journaling in, and then I stopped bullet journaling only because of the fact that I was running out of pages in here, for one. It cut me off there. And for two, my bullet journal hasn't been something that I've picked up. Like, I've spent the time to work on it, and then it's like, oh, it's the end of the month and I forgot to fill it out. So we're trying to work on that. Now that, like, I'm not kind of in college anymore and stuff like that, I do have more time for it. So once I find the right journal. But, okay, so, tangent. The first step in goal setting is to you can either write down your goals to start off, or you can make a Pinterest board. Now, I've technically done both. So in like this season right now, probably more towards December, I'm gonna start making my like spring mood board. And then once the spring starts to die down, then I'll get into like making my summer mood. I make them ahead of time so that I can start getting ideas. But I made one fall 2024. I didn't make a winter one because I figured like fall would coincide with winter. So let me kind of show you. I think I've already shown you guys this one. I don't know, but let's go over here and I can kind of show you what we're working with. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, that's my Pinterest. It's gonna be linked down in the description. I have not changed my pronouns on here yet. They're not just they, them anymore. But yeah, I make Pinterest boards for literally everything. That's a new one that I just created, which is no longer useful, but whatever. So, fall 2024. So essentially, I've decided to fill out my Pinterest board with not only just like things, but like kind of goals, as well as like pieces that I maybe want to try to get, or things that I think would like boost up my wardrobe as well. So yeah, I filled it out. These are great. When people like make these and stuff like this kind of sums up winter arc for me, at least, except it's at home. It's not there, but like working out, like that's a whole thing for working out. And like there's pictures of like females with like muscles and kind of stuff like that to like show like, okay, we want to go to the gym a little bit more, and like, okay, I wanted some kind of baggy pants, like that's maybe something I want to try to style for this season. I want some more jewelry, like other things. And then I have also saved recipes, because I am splitting every other week with my parents and picking out recipes, so that way we can have some vegetarian, kind of pescatarian, vegan meals, try out different things. Yeah, it's a lot of style things, mostly workout, and then food, there's like different piercings and other things, just things that like I would love to achieve at some point. Not sure if it's gonna be now or later. But yeah, that's kind of what this is. I compiled this up, and I had taken inspiration from this and then made my goals. So let's get into my goals. Okay. The lighting's not the greatest because it is 6 a.m. in the morning when I'm filming this, but so going based off that Pinterest board, I'm not gonna list off every single goal that I have, but I'll list off goals, and then I have plans for maybe another video that I want to film coming up pretty soon, probably next month, maybe the end of next month. It might come true, if not in December, whatever. But I laid it out, and I took these pages out of, I had an old like book, you could say, an old planner, and I take like the stickers out because the planner's dead, but the stickers aren't, and the covers were also removable, so I took the covers as well. But I just took like some of like the little circles and stuff like that just to make it a little more decorative. But I do plan to use a lot of these stickers. Some of these stickers are a bit small, but I want to use them for future. Okay, so I separated it into categories just to make it kind of easier because I have big plans. I have so many big plans. I wanted to kind of do this for a while, and I'm gonna actually do it and start it because I did something that I never thought that I would do in my life. And yeah, I will get into that. So, write the date, whatever. So categories that I have specifically for me: color guard, dance, workouts, food, winter guard, drum corps, style, job, other, and then plants. So basically, for under like the color guard tab, I wrote specifically for that activity. I wrote things that I want to accomplish, like more consistent turns under my rifle, and things like, okay, I want to get more consistent higher tosses on not only rifle but saber as well, just in case for different things. Not that I really want to spin saber, but you know, just in case. And then like for flag, like, okay, I know so many different underbodies under flags, but maybe finding some different ones, some unique ones, some other ones that I don't have on lock yet. I also did not write in here. I might be able to write it. I didn't write somersault or front walkover. Of course, this pen is dying when I grab it. But somersaults and front walkovers are something that I really, really, really want to learn. Not only on flag, but on rifle. But rifle right now, I can tell you it ain't happening. It's gonna take a hot minute for me to get it on rifle, but flag, that's achievable. But getting more into specialty stuff like that, specifically in color guard, will more than likely get you to further places because most groups are looking for someone who can do something like that other people can't do. And then dance-wise, I also put some gymnastic things in here. So the main thing that I have on here that we're currently working on is flexibility. That's one of the main things being able to like do leg holds, splits, whatever, just being able to do different things. I also just put in like different yoga poses because I have a yoga pose that I can almost do pretty well, but cut off again. maybe getting into headstands, shoulders, like something else. So we'll see. Back bends, just more kind of gymnastic things other than consistent turns. And then for workouts, that's more of kind of my winter arc main goals, which workouts is gonna go up at the top with food right next to it. When I'll tell you, I promise. But I used to only work out 5 times a week. I want to up that to 6 now instead, just to make things a lot better for myself, especially because the job I have now I'm not keeping, whatever. So we're figuring things out, and then adding in more yoga, that's another thing. And then for food, it's mainly just about getting out of my comfort zone, finding things that everybody likes, that everybody will eat, that we can make again. Because half the time I find a recipe that maybe I like, that maybe they don't, finding some type of compromise to where I can still get my type of meals that I like, and then they'll still eat it, whether they have to add meat to it, whatever. And then Winter Guard and Drum Corps, I just kind of wrote like my dream kind of guards and corps that I want to get into. And for Drum Corps, it's obviously all age, and then Winter Guard, it's world class, because of the age that I'm at now. But I wrote some of my kind of like dream ones that I want to get into. And then style, I'm not gonna take this with me, but I have another notebook that I write all my lists in, which I also want to get a different notebook for lists, but we'll see. But yeah, on that list, I went into, like, when I wrote my style thing, I wrote in specifically in that list, since I'm going different places this weekend, I wrote some different things to kind of look out for. So that's just like kind of stuff like that. And then job, obviously the main goal is to get a better job, but to be able to get like my dream job and to start my own business and stuff like that. And then in the other category was kind of basically hobbies and stuff like that. So getting back into photography, trying to do more crafting, whether that's knitting, art, stuff like that, but not just like sketching in my sketchbook, because that's what I've been doing recently, like getting back into other mediums. And then of course sewing. I haven't sewed. Well, I sewed kind of recently, but like I haven't been sewing as much anymore. So kind of getting back into that, stuff like that. And then just creating things that I'm interested in that I want to continue to keep doing. So don't start a project and that I know I'm going to get bored of or that I don't like. And then plants. Plants is like another kind of main goal that might be like third on the list. The nursery that I get my plants for has, are they called mealybugs? I don't know. I don't remember, but it's some type of pest, and it's the little tiny white ones that kind of look almost fuzzy, like all the, like, whatever. Yeah. where I get my plants from is infested with those, and they keep coming home with me because that's the only plant nursery that I have close to me, other than buying like the on sale house plants that are at like Walmart, Target. But like to get the specialty plants, I have to go to the nursery. So trying to make sure that I fully treat all of that. I also kind of wrote on there trying to find the right environment for some of my plants, because I have a few plants, specifically my basket plant, that's not doing well at all. The first one didn't do well. The second prop didn't do well when I planted it, but it still has healthy roots, so I took all the top off, so we're gonna try to fix that. And then I also had put in there as well, maybe looking into moss poles for some of my plants. And then I have some repotting that I need to do in December, January, because that'll almost be like a full kind of year coming up for some of my plants. So yeah, now let's get into what I've kind of been teasing and talking about, and my kind of plan, because I wrote all these goals and I plan to achieve them, but I want to take it a step further. Okay, so if you remember, this door was covered in posters and stickers and note cards, and it's not anymore, and here's why. Okay, so the big main thing is that I'm going to take half this camera cannot sit it anywhere without falling over. I'm gonna take half of my door, the half that like when you, because there was like this half and there was this half, I'm gonna take this half so that like when you fold it, like that half kind of closes and the other half is visible to me, the left hand side. So the right hand side, what I want to do is I have some cardboard that I'm saving and stuff like that, and I'm gonna keep saving like cereal boxes and stuff like that, and I want to tape the cereal boxes to the right side of the door, on the outside, not on the inside, on the outside. And I'm gonna cover it in like white computer paper, and I'm going to make like a mood board. I'm gonna make a vision board. I've wanted to create a vision board for so long, and now is like the perfect time to make half of my door a vision board. Now the other half of the door is gonna be like just pictures of women. Like, you know, it's gonna be like Renee Rapp, Billie Eilish, some Kristen Stewart on there, some of like my favorite women's soccer players, kind of stuff like that, so that like it's still like one side's picture heavy and then the other side has like the words. But I'm doing the cardboard first, so that way when I like do markers and Sharpie and stuff like that, it doesn't seep through the paper. It'll like seep onto there. But I'm gonna like take pictures from my Pinterest board and like take pictures of other things, and I'm gonna put it on, and then like as soon as, what I want to do too is like put little like boxes, circles, whatever, so that when I start completing goals, when I start achieving things, I can almost like check off the box, like cross it off the list, so that it's almost like a giant list as well. So I can cross it off and be like, okay, my turns are now consistent. But this also doesn't mean that, like, once I reach a goal, that's it. Like, okay, I got a front walkover under my flag. No, I'm going to keep doing that front walkover every once in a while so I don't lose it. Because that's how I lost my sit roll under my flag consistently, was because I stopped doing it for a period of time. But yeah, I'm gonna take like duct tape and stickers, and I'm gonna like decorate it to high heavens, but it's gonna be so cute. And I wanted to do this on my bedroom wall, but my bedroom wall, like, I have no space in my bedroom for something like that. So I figured if I put it on my door, then it's kind of like visible to anyone and everyone who walks by, and it may like inspire something, like, oh, he's setting all these goals, like they're setting all these goals, I could set a list of goals, like, okay, I want to do this and that. And like, also the thing of this too is setting these goals are not time restrictive. When I kind of had this in mind, yes, like, the main like workout and meal stuff is for the winter arc to be completed by January, but like everything else is kind of just like goals that I'm planning ahead that will also transfer into the new year. So like, if I don't get some of them done within these next few weeks or so that I have left of good weather, I don't get them done. Oh well. It's kind of just like a thing where like half of these I'm playing off the weather for. But yeah, and also it's gonna take a while to like create master art pieces and knitting projects. But yeah, I figured I'd share that with you guys. And yeah, let's get into an outro. This is probably gonna be a long video.